So this is the weed whacker stuff. This is the heavy duty one, which is great for super hard land with lots of shrubs and not shrubs but saplings and the likes of. You could go through the fresh growth saplings, I would say easily, like 10 mil. You can go up to 20 mil, but you are gonna, you're gonna affect your blade, and this isn't replaceable easily. Anyway, you can send it back to Weed Whacker and they will change that for you. Now, there's people that have had these for 20 years. I've been through 3 already on my property, but I've hit about 3 ton of rock and subsequently moved it, so I know how much rock I've actually hit and moved. And every time you hit it, it's gonna hurt it. These retract so you don't get the kickback like you do with a lot of brush cutter blades. Like, it really reduces fatigue. Now this is the lighter weight version, and this is by no means lightweight. I'll show you in a minute, but I've been through some damn heavy ground with this and hit a million rocks already, and going through lots of wood and all decomposing pieces of wood, that that sort of stuff that's lying around everywhere, and it's holding up really well. If you were a regular garden person, I don't think you wouldn't go through these in a day. Even if you're a contractor, I'd be surprised if you were a contractor and went through a set of those in a day. In fact, I'd give you $10 if you go through those in a day and you're just doing regular garden stuff, so edging, around shrubs and things like that. When it's spinning, you can see it quite well. So these were originally this. I'll show you this shape. So they tend to wear down on one end, and I've reversed them now, so they'll go the other way. I'll get more use out of them. Now for me, I got about 2 hours out of these. Again, you'll see it's really rough ground, and these are too expensive to keep going through. And I will change to that when I go into the bush down here and go back into the shrubs and woody weeds, woody vines and that sort of thing. But seriously, I don't want to have to do a comparison with a line, just because line is just so crap. Okay, glasses. Prime it. This is a bit rough these days. I said rocky, this is what I mean, look, rocks just everywhere. This is only a 29cc. I know that's, you know, it's quite big for a lot of people, I suppose, but yeah, with a big line on it, this thing just lags. It's just like, and with this thing on it, it just burns through. Rocks. Woody weeds, look. This is wood. It's like a woody weed. See how it goes through without tangling. This is a bitch, this stuff. This stuff is like, it's like rope. It's like rope. Let's see if we can hack it up. Take the tape off this before we hack it up so the tape doesn't end up in the environment. So I should have done before then. Fucking tape. You may think I'm nuts doing this, but hey, it's trees, it goes into the environment, the worms love it. See all these channels, all the cardboard channels, the worms just absolutely adore that. Mushrooms go inside it. My line trim, my normal line, barely cuts this bracken. You have to cut at the top and work your way down, otherwise it just tangles up. And that's a pretty serious line I'm using. This all. Crazy, so we'll be really careful. Grabbing at thistles. Oh no, what was that? Arrowroot. Put this next to the fence. We're having ducks here soon, so escape points. Let's cut this up. Little concrete. Fuck. high rock. Low rocks here, I've got to be careful. Breaks of rocks. There's dozens and dozens of rocks in there. So, see, I need to move these. This is all stuff I've planted, so this is staying. All this needs to be hand cut around. And so at the top there's grasses that I've planted that have got a bit buried in that bracken there, so I just need to cut that by hand. But it's not growing at this time of year, and also that bracken actually stops the frost from hitting it a bit because it's buried in there, so it adds a little bit of protection. It also catches moisture every morning, dew, and drips down to the ground, so I'm not in a hurry to cut that. These are all staying. There's not much flowering around here at the moment for the bees, so because we don't have much wattle, so that's going to stay until the other flowers pick up for the bees. See, there we go, there's bees all over it. So, you know, weeds are great. I love weeds. Buckwheat type, wild buckwheat stuff. Flat too. Don't be too hasty chopping weeds. Alright, so I did that with obviously less than a tank because it didn't run out. I wanted to run it dry. There's still probably a quarter half tank in there. So that whole area in there was 2 tanks of fuel. Now when I did that initially, because there was so many rocks in there, I had to stop literally every 2-3 seconds. If I got 30 seconds, it was a miracle. It happened now and again where I got 30 seconds and I just took milk crates and I just piled everything and took it up. It took me about a week to do, and I went through 2 of the heavy duty versions of this doing it, which were $55 each plus shipping, so there was $65, so $130 to get through that, plus fuel, a lot of fuel, and it was literally head height, with the vines, bracken, and vines growing in the bracken, and then bracken growing in the vines, dead layers like this high, literally over a meter tall of decomposing layers. So that was all sliced out, and that was just maintenance. I'm just planting that out with grasses and things at the moment. I'm trying really hard now, as you saw I chopped down a few arrow roots back, so they'll regrow, to put stakes around, just fallen branch stakes around trees, just 4, so that the whippersnapper blade hits those and not the tree, until they're such a size that they can look after themselves. So that's it. Take it easy. Back to hammering slabs of concrete.